The views and opinions expressed in the Golden Boot podcast are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Golden Boot podcast as a whole.
Y'all ready to get rolling? Quiet on the set. Hey, welcome back. Another hot episode of HBCU. It's your boy Pooh Bell. Got my man Aunt Petty Murphy in the building. What's good with you, my boy?
What's happening with you, dog?
That much. Another great night. Great football. Great sports night. Period. Looking
great
forward to
football.
this. Yeah, it's some good football on.
What game you watching? Depending on what game you watching, I say that.
I put it like this: the MEAC gonna MEAC. Don't think they playing tonight. Morgan State they don't count us out yet.
Well, I was talking about this professional game because it
I ain't
ain't
nobody talking about that. Ain't nobody talking about that. I'm not talking about the
worth for damn.
I'm not talking about them Saints. They is so hold on. Let me see. Oh, let me put this in there. Let me drop this in there for I guess we're gonna have Mr. ASVPVISUALS in the building with us. What I want to do, that is not what I was trying to paste. That is not good.
Oh Lord.
I'm finna paste the whole bio.
Don't do it.
I'm finna paste the whole bio in that thing.
Don't do it.
Oh man, here we go. What is going on here? Hold on.
Shake back, brother. Shake back.
Yeah, I'm trying to get right.
We're gonna have the man.
I thought I dropped it in here.
Mr.
I thought I sent it to him. I must not have sent it. Uh-oh. I'd have messed up.
You ain't send the link to the man?
I put it in, but I didn't hit send, and then it's gone. So hold on, let me get them right. My bad. So I guess because he like, hey, how am I supposed to get up in there? My bad, big bro. My bad. That happened.
I got Jess in the building. She said I must have been asleep on Morgan all year. This defense is insane. Yeah,
that defense is definitely insane. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the chat for you. There you go, fam. Got it in the chat for him. Let him click on hop on real quick. But yeah, listen, this defense is unreal. They're the best defense in HBCU football. D1 HBCU football. Put it like that. Yeah. So.
Well, they running fake punts on the Saints, dog. It's getting bad out here, bro.
Yeah,
it's getting bad out here.
Yeah. But yeah, we know what it is. Like I said, this game is I was not expecting this to be a 3-3 game going into third quarter. But it is a game. We definitely got us a game. I'm all kinds of.
Oh, that's too. Yeah, there you go.
There we go. All in there. And I know it's gonna look. Listen, we got a special guest. I know it's gonna look like I'm trolling, but I had planned to wear this shirt all week. It just so because either way I was gonna be trolling because I wore the A&M shirt on Monday, and you was like, man, I was like, it wasn't. I was like, I'm gonna wear my state shirt on Thursday. And then it's not. Listen,
He
Anyway,
lying.
I ain't lying, man. Listen, I'm lying about that. I would
Exactly.
troll. I would troll, but this is not on purpose.
Exactly.
This is not on purpose. Yeah, but now Jess brings up a good point. She said, I want to see them against FAMU offense real bad. I agree.
It's possible.
I agree. I would love to see.
Depending on how things shake out here in a few minutes, it's possible.
That's true. That's true. This game is pivotal because as much as Morgan has had problems, all of them was non-conference.
Yeah, but
let's not forget.
If they get this one and they somehow slip up during conference play, they still got the tiebreaker because they get this. That's why this one's so important.
Let's not forget that 3 years ago, I think they were 6-5. South Carolina State went to the Celebration Bowl.
Give me that pick. Let's go, Lattimore.
So anyway, man, let's go ahead and I forgot y'all lost to them too. My bad. Golly, everybody upset. I can't wear. I could have worn my other shirt that say Coach E. Rob was right. I was gonna wear that one, but that would have been petty.
That would have been petty. Yeah,
that would have been petty.
Yeah, I'm glad you.
Listen. I'm being sophisticated.
Show some hospitality. So
I'm be very hospitable. First question: why y'all ain't been putting out no content? All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and get Hey. Before we bring our guest though, y'all know what we gotta do. We give a shout out to our sponsors over at BetOnline. BetOnline.ag will be back in 1 minute. BetOnline.ag is your number one source for all your sports information, stats, news, and scores. Get the latest odds, lines, and player injury reports for this year's NBA and NHL playoffs. BetOnline is always your sports information headquarters. This season, we have you covered for all your sports wagering needs. We have everything from NBA, NFL, MLB, and NHL to golf, tennis, UFC, and boxing. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to get your betting info, including live betting options and your favorite casino and card games that you can play right from your home. Head on over to betonline.ag today or use your mobile device to get in on the action. Be sure to use the promo code BLEAV to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. Man, this man been working hard. He be working hard out there in them streets, and they still be giving them problems. They talk more. They talk. You know what? Them people talk bad about him like they be talking about us. And we might have to have.
For sure, we can relate. For sure,
we can relate. So, glad to have him on, man. I'm ASVPVISUALS, Mr. Austin Robinson, director of media for JSU. Photographer and cinematographer. I had to practice. I've been saying that word all day. Just make sure. Cinematographer. Welcome to HBCU, man. Thank you for joining us. Hold on. There we go.
Okay. What's going on, fellas?
All right.
What's happening with you, bro?
It's good to see y'all again, man.
Likewise, man.
Listen, I told you, like, when I saw you at media day, I walked up behind you. I said, "Hey, when y'all gonna start putting out content?" The first thing you said, "Man, don't do that. Don't do that." Well, how it's been, man?
It's been good, man. It's been good. I've been, this is my first year being a director of media for.
I'm sorry. I mean, did you see that catch? Morgan State. Wow. I'm sorry. It's just.
Oh no. Okay. I thought they.
Whoa!
I thought they putting on points now.
They trying. Okay. They trying. I mean, it's. I know it's bad. They put up 3, and I was like, "Shoot, Morgan State doing stuff tonight."
Oh my god!
But yeah, go ahead, man. I'm sorry to cut y'all.
That's gonna be on Sports Center right there.
It's gotta be. Yeah. But yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut y'all.
No, you good. It's been kind of a blessing this is my first year being a director of media for an institution, a very proud institution. And, coming off a year after Dion and then trying to keep up with that media train, I think we kind of found a rhythm, and also I kind of see what's missing. And so I'm trying to just plug in those spots and stuff like that. So it's been a good year for that. And so, this year I'm just trying to establish like quality more so than like just whatever, and trying to fill out how like who TC is as a coach, as a man, as a father, and what he wants out. And so it's definitely completely different. Like y'all and everybody kind of sees that, but it's a good thing. So, and I appreciate that because, it's his first year too. And so we all kind of like playing this role of like filling in the gaps and establishing something that Jackson State hasn't had before. So, and that's what I want to kind of do. Because one thing that I looked at, looking on the outside in, we never had like a lot of like archival footage or photos, and so that was hard to like kind of like come about. And now y'all see all the stuff we do. Y'all, they're gonna have some photos. At least that's the one thing that the players can actually have, because most of them they just kind of just rip from wherever and just post it. But it's another thing to actually have like these catches and these photos, these moments, and I think that's what the fan base kind of appreciates a lot more than just putting up whatever.
Yeah. So Jamon he said introduce yourself. He kind of like, so this is the Jamon. If you ever seen, especially this year, anything Jackson State has put out social media wise, videos, pictures and stuff, this is the man behind that. That's what it is. Yeah. So well, let me ask this, since we kind of opened up with the joke about when y'all gonna put out content. Let me ask this, like, seriously. Y'all, you talked about a little bit today, taking like 10 hours to get like a minute, 2 minutes worth of of film. How much content do you have that hasn't been released?
Yeah, for real.
A lot. Like I have a 16 terabyte hard drive that I carry with me for every game. And so like I download, like after every game, I probably have at least 2 terabytes worth of footage and photos. And so if anybody kind of put that in perspective, that's like the max on your computer, like, right, on a hard drive. So we're constantly keeping all this, and it's not going to go to waste, trust me, because going into next year, I can use the same footage. There might be, there's rumors to be an Act 3 for homecoming for, we went to Alabama State for their homecoming. They come to ours. There might be an Act 3. I can use that footage for both because I was at both games. And so that just kind of like, that allows us to build stories and leading into the new season and stuff like that. So, and we're just speaking hypothetically, what if one of our players enters the NFL draft and gets picked up? Now I can use all that footage that I have of that player and add it into a highlight, kind of like I did for Isaiah Bowden a little bit, just kind of like pulling just different clips, like just something quick, just to kind of, congratulate him or being picked up and stuff like that. So, because that was huge for us.
Yeah. How close? I know you said you trying to fill out TC kind of and see what he wants put out there as far as the vision and the message and stuff like that. How much do y'all work together, or is it just kind of you picking up the vibes and kind of picking up his demeanor and stuff like that, and just you getting the feel for him?
I think it took a couple of games to kind of figure it out, and I think I finally kind of figure out what he wants, what he doesn't want. And I think TC is one of those coaches where like all I have to do is kind of give him the nod, and it's just we're on the same page. And I think that speaks to him as a leader too. So anything that's about the players, all the players, not just one, not just two, not just three, but all the players, that's what we want to highlight. Even with like the defense, like he's a receiver guy. So like even with the receivers, like if I want to just do like a couple of clips of like just highlighting the receivers, like he's okay with that. As long as it's not nothing controversial or, just bringing rappers in and doing a music video, I think we're good.
Yeah.
let me ask this. I kind of know the story, but I so because not everybody does. How did you actually get started?
So I got started. Well, a lot of people don't know. Some know now. I graduated from Mississippi State University. I have a degree in architecture, so I've always had this creative mindset, and with the architecture, I'm building visions through how people move in and out of buildings. And so over the years, we have to document our stuff. And so when I finally went to, we do this thing called like an international trip for the 5th year program. And I went to Rome. And I took photos with my iPhone. And this is like an older version, so don't judge me. But yeah, I took photos with my iPhone. So got the photos back. They weren't good quality. I was upset about it. I feel like I didn't ever capture the moment. So that's when I picked up a camera. And so this is like 2017. It was just a hobby. And then I started making a little money. Then I shot a wedding. Then it turned into me shooting for more in high school. And I started doing they highlight video or they hype videos for every game Friday. And it'd be these long cinematic videos that I created. And then that turned into getting an opportunity to come to one of the Jack State games. And then somebody saw my work, started seeing the clips that I was just putting out. And so I started following Shador because at that time, Shador was on the rampage. Like he easily could have been a Heisman winner because he was already a candidate, but he could have easily been a Heisman winner. And so we wanted to kind of make sure that we stay on top of that. Fox came in, did a piece on Shador. I don't know if y'all remember, but it was like, I think Michael Strahan came in and sat down with him. And so those clips that they posted were my clips. And so like a lot more people started catching on to it. And so towards the end of the season, Coach O reached out to me. He hit me up, and then TC hit me up after the We're Gonna Be All Right video. I think that thing went viral. Like I never seen nothing like it. How much, and I was just doing it just because, but it just encapsulated everything. So ever since that video, I decided to walk away from architecture, and then here I am.
So
go ahead.
So how close of a relationship do you have with the players? I know you're around them all the time. You shooting their stuff. Do they ever tell you, "Hey man, make sure you give me a video of me doing this"? Whatever.
And I can answer that. I was at the Alabama A&M game, and I was just standing with the camera, dude, like, "Hey, get my good side." So I already know, and I don't even do this full time. So, but go ahead. Tell them.
Yeah, man. These players every day. I put up a video one day. I was in my office and I had about 5 players like looking at my window, like, when you gonna drop the pictures and stuff? Because that's the biggest thing. And so like we kind of just trying to make sure we just get clips and highlights of like them and different moments and stuff like that. So I try to balance it all out. I try to make sure I get all the good plays out. Try to do as much as I can, and just kind of go from there. But the biggest thing for me is just to make sure that they have memories that they can kind of like hold on to. So like all my seniors, I'm kind of already been pulling clips for them, so that way they can just have at the end of the season or whatever, and kind of just go from there. So we kind of just monitoring that, labeling stuff up, and kind of just putting these folders together for them. So.
Now,
every day is something. Even in practice, like, man, take some pictures. Nah, man, I'm trying to get this practice film so I can make sure it's good, so y'all can be ready for today's game and stuff. So, but so we definitely trying to work, man.
All right, so the people going crazy here, Austin, what to do, Austin? Let's go, Austin.
Really,
our good homie Jess says that's impressive of a startup. And then I'm gonna mess up your name. Okay. Says they said hello earlier. Said I wish you would do classes, but I know you're super busy.
That's something that I plan on doing after the football season when it dies down. Because actually after signing day and all that, that's when it kind of dies down a little bit. So I might have some more opportunities to do that. So And that's kind of like something I wanted to do anyway. I've been thinking about that, but it's just got to find that time because football literally 24/7 right now. It's just every day is something different.
Well, you said you try to make sure you put out the good plays. So I'm gonna ask you a question, and I'm going to this. So, do you have the ability to predict the future and know whether or not your team is gonna win the game before you go out and start shooting, or do you just go out every day shooting whether or not it's a win or a loss? Because I'm trying to understand what all this commotion is behind. Because NFL teams do it all the time. All these Power 5 other schools do it all the time. Win or loss, you show, what I'm saying, you showcase your team. You showcase who you are. I mean, yeah, you might not showcase the scoreboard, but you at least got to go out and show the hard work that you put in. I mean, you shot 10 hours of footage. That ain't finna all go to waste.
Yeah.
Right.
And Jen comes in and says you handled that Twitter situation with class. So
yeah, that Twitter
you weren't petty
situation.
enough for me. I'm just gonna say it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I wasn't, but I got there's admin I have to kind of somewhat answer
right.
to, and I ain't want that. I'm under the radar type guy, and I'm not trying to be on their radar like that. At least not on the bad way. But man,
that's
I go into every game thinking I'm about to my next video is gonna be better than the one I just produced last week, and so win, lose, or draw, obviously we took a hit with the FAMU game, and obviously I didn't put out a video for that one, but there was just some decisions we made behind the scenes on that. There's a reason why we didn't do that. But all the other stuff, even the Texas State game, there was another decision, but y'all will see that hype video. I got it. I just ain't put it out yet, but I'm kind of, repurpose it and kind of introduce that. But I think it's one of those things we're going forward now. Win, lose, or draw, I'm gonna make sure it makes it look like that we just blew y'all out.
Yeah, as you should.
As Zach said, dude wanted Austin collect all the SIM cards and burn them after the game. It was ridiculous.
Bro, and it's just that kind of burns me up because at the end of the day, you got the 24-hour rule. These players are still gonna want pictures of themselves just to post, just to market themselves. So, and that gives us more opportunity to kind of market them too. And so,
right.
And you think about it like this on a recruiting thing too. Man, these kids look at that. Yep. We're not posting after a loss. Is it dead? Is it like a prison after we lose? Nobody want to be a part of that type of team. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, losing is important.
You got highlights that happen in losses too. You know what I mean? You can make spectacular plays. So just because you lost the game, you're not supposed to get shined for that spectacular play you made. You're not supposed to post that video or you making that one-handed interception or whatever the case may be. Now put that out there.
I've seen several teams do like what you were talking about, the Texas State, FAMU, say even Alabama State. I've seen teams take plays that happen the loss and show those and then build up to the hype video for the next game. So I don't get, why it's a problem, but that was just that was weird to me. But anyway,
yeah, the
people want
attention. The teams that I kind of pay attention to when they're posting or how they post and stuff like that is University of Tennessee. USC has a really good USC has an amazing media group.
Yeah, they do.
Also look at South Carolina, University of South Carolina. They got a great media program too, and LSU. Because remember when LSU was going on that rampant, that championship run, their content was on fire. And so those are the teams that I kind of look at all the time. Even though I look at Mississippi State too, just kind of see how it's structured. But win, lose, or draw, they still putting out stuff. And obviously, we don't have that many angles like they do, but we try to make sure we get good content, and we try to push the envelope for everybody else. And so, and that's kind of what it's been like for me seeing that, because I've seen Valley step up. I've seen all these other schools step up, and it's good to see that. Even Tennessee State.
I B-Live say props to you because his school don't post anything. So
I mean,
I just was just about to ask this.
hold up. And before you ask that question, I want to tell you there's a similarity because he talked about the 2019 LSU run and the video. Will Stout did the what's called, and he ended up leaving. He went to USC. But the funny thing about it, he was not a media guy. He kind of similar start to you. He just started shooting stuff and putting it together, and people liked it. So it's funny how that happened.
So wait. So the same guy that was shooting, he's at USC?
Yeah, he
Not
left.
now. He left. He went to
left
USC.
after 2019 and went to USC, the film school out there.
Yeah, but he's right now. He is, if I'm not mistaken, last check, he's Alex Bregman. That's with the Houston Astros. He's his personal video guy now. So
look. That's what ended up happening. Like I also do the Mario Davis 707.
Okay. Yeah.
And so like I've been doing his. Like obviously we took a hit because obviously with Jack State 707, like it became like a big thing for me to juggle. But now that I know what's happening in the landscape, I can still do it. But like that's how I met different people. Like I ended up shooting some stuff for Cam Newton on his 707 team for OT7 in Las Vegas. So that was dope. And then kind of like just, meeting these celebrities and like everybody needs videographers, the personal stuff. Like I met Jarvis Landry's his personal videographer too. And he's super, super dope. So it's just a network of like learning from other people and then bringing it back home, bring it back to Jack State and see how I can improve. Like, so even like next year, I'm gonna do a little bit better job of doing like a team photo shoot, but like every player. So when something does happen, like say like Matt Knoll, when he comes back, our punter, the one that's been punting for us. If he does something great coming up to, or he's like preseason, like All-American punter or whatever, I can use like his action shot and use that in the graphic. You see what I'm saying? Like, so this is just stuff that I'm trying to get like the program to understand, like, hey, this is important to take for the future. Jersey reveals, like all this other different stuff. So
yeah. So another JTV says a photographer from North Carolina A&T during the three-peat work with the Dallas Cowboys now. So yeah, it's definitely there's definitely the C. So but go ahead. I'm sorry, I stopped your question.
Nah, you good. I was just gonna go back to what D-Lob was saying about his school not putting out content. Like kind of just speak on the importance of the content, what you do and putting out content and what that does for the school and for the program.
That pretty much keeps everybody engaged. That keeps everybody on edge, especially how you put stuff out. Like if it was me, I would be pushing out a lot more. But we're obviously limited on how many people that we have. And so what I want to do is just kind of like set the standard. I think this has been the year that I'm just trying to set the standard. And then I'll just kind of like amp it up more. But it's really important to kind of like, it's important for recruitment. It's important for the fans. And it's really important for like the donors or anybody else who pours in money into Jack State. Because if they see us doing good work, they encourage me to come in and actually want to donate. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be somebody, it could be $1, it could be $5, it could be 100, it could be 1,000, whatever. All that leads up to going pouring back into the athletic program. I mean, you saw it with I did a reveal for the new weight room. A lot of people love that video. I did that for the track. Like, so when people actually see the product, they're like, okay, my money is going to a good place. And we're seeing results, and we're seeing that it actually looks good, and we're continuing to evolve the campus in general. So that's kind of like what we want to do, and that's how important content is.
Yeah.
Let me ask this: how do you select your content as far as what you're going to use for certain videos and stuff? Is that a collaboration of you and saying the coaches, or do you have a team? Because I've seen you with pictures, so some of the guys, do y'all just kind of come together and say, we want to try to do this, this, and this? Or is it kind of like as you're looking through, you be like, man, that'll be a good shot, that'll be a good shot, and then go from there?
Mm-hmm. Man, I it's so crazy. Okay, so I do have a team. It's me, and then it's like I have like 8 more students. So like we all do like practice film and game film, and then I travel with 6 students with me, and about 4 of them shoot for me. So I'll be like the dual threat, like I'll be the hybrid. I'm the videographer and the photographer for the game, and then I have 2 videographers on both ends of the end zone, and then I have 2 photographers that float, that might be on the back of the end zone or whatever, but we're all floating. And so the biggest thing with my team is we come into and be like, okay, this will be a good shot. This will be a good idea. We have some stuff that we want, but most of the time we don't know what we're going to get until we actually just stand up there shooting. So like, if I get a big catch, the first thing I do is like put my hand over the camera, record a black screen, because I know the play before, that's the play that was a good play. So that's how I kind of like know, like, okay, I can go straight to it. And then most of the time when you're doing like a recap video, you just think about what the atmosphere was. Like, so with the homecoming, like, you know, that was all over the place. And then, you know, the results didn't go our way, but I'm still gonna make it look dope, like make it interesting. And so that's kind of like what I want to make sure that I keep up with. And we have different things that we want to do, but we also know that we're like, okay, let's just make sure we get this. Let's get this touchdown. Let's get this touchdown. This big hit or this interception, or maybe just a detailed shot of like TC like walking down the up and down the sideline or something like that, or like a slow mo of the run out, or even like just like them talking in the locker room before they walk out. You know what I'm saying? Like those different things, that's what the fan base kind of wants. But I have to be limited because TC is a certain way, and I don't want to cross that line with him for him to trust it, because now he's just let me do whatever. Like I got full range to do whatever or put out whatever. But as long as it's in his what he wants and what's going to bring positive light to the program. And so majority of the time, my students, like, they come up with ideas, like the Jacoby Morgan touchdown. When he was doing this, I was like, and I asked him, I said, what is he doing? And then they showed me the song, and I said, you know what, let me put this together. And then that's when I did like a back play of like the announcer calling the play, my sound bite from the actual clip, and then kind of like build it up to that point, and then I just play the song, and then that's when it just kind of synced up. And a lot of people love that clip. So, and that's kind of like how I think about it. And then it could be something silly, you know, it could be anything, like a crowd moment. I put out one video, this was last year. I think it was like in section, I think, is it 110 at the vet or 109? It's somewhere about a student section. But this lady, she was like throwing it. She was throwing it in the crowd. And so I used that same song in the video, and that went viral last year. So that was it's always dope. It's always different because you never know what you're gonna get. It could be anything, man. So as a matter of fact, just like when we played Alabama State last year, nobody knew that was gonna happen at 50-yard line.
Yeah, I think you should do a compilation of all the best stiff arms and put that in there. that should be in the video.
And see, look, and that be even remember, like, look, I shot the Celebration Bowl last year too. Yeah, and so there's a lot of clips. I ain't even post those out, which I need to kind of get back to, but I might do that during the time that it needs to be done. But it's a lot of clips that I have there, like, you know, stiff arms. It could be like on us. It could be, you know, on them, like just like catches, like. It's so much stuff that you have to kind of filter out and pick and choose. It just got to make sense. So, but a lot of the times I actually kind of like know what I'm shooting, but then most of the time it's just like, oh, this is dope. Like, I'll give you one more example. Sometimes like my transitions on how I put the stuff together, it'd be as simple as like, I drop the camera, but that is a good way of like transitions to another clip. Like those things happen by accident and not on purpose. So
So when do you know you're done with a project?
I'm never done. I'm never done. I will watch. I'll make that video, and I'll watch it 30 times and be like, "Dang, I could have done that better."
Yeah,
But I
you
already
sure
posted.
did. Yeah.
Like I do that all the time. I would sit there and just watch it because I know I either know I missed something or I could have added something. So it's never done. Project's never done. I just don't want to be on it for another 2 or 3.
Yeah. How do you know lengthwise? How do you want to do video? Are you trying to because I understand like with social media, you can do shorts, and that's like you got like 90 seconds. Or if you want to do on Twitter, you can, say extend a little bit because attention spans with people is very short. So how do you know how long you want to do a video?
I don't. It just depends on the song. Like sometimes the song would drag out, or I'll chop it up to where like, all right, he's rapping, but like the beat it's not going. And so like I'll chop it up. What makes sense? Where can I put like that's when you start storyboarding stuff together. Like so here's my process. I'll pick a song that I like. I don't like the intro. I'll create my own intro. Like the last video I did, I just slowed down Drake's part and I put it on a loop. But you couldn't tell it was like Drake's part, but it was just on a loop and I slowed it down. And then it built up to the rest of the song coming out. And then I chopped out J. Cole's verse to where it just like the beat just kept going. And so once I set that track down, as long as it's not past 2 minutes and 20 seconds, so I can put it on Twitter, I'm good. I never kind of go past that. I might do that for the season recap video. I might do that, but on the highlight video, I try not to go past 2 minutes and 20 seconds. But if I can get something in 1:30, that's great because you know how long it's gonna take. Like it's a solid 10 hours of working or editing, clips together and stuff like that, and making it make sense.
What's the longest you've ever worked on a project that was? So let me rephrase that because I know this can. I'm gonna stop it at 5 minutes. What's the longest you've ever worked on a project that was like 5 minutes?
Like nonstop or like just kind of like on and off. Like
you can say on and off because I mean, of course, we know you're gonna stop for a break because you sometimes you hit a block. You got to step away from it.
So, it'll be about 5 days. It'd be like you could literally say like it just depends on like what's going on. Like if it's like one of those like cinematic, like methodical stuff, I can knock that out. That's no problem. No more than 2 days. But if it's like more intense and then I want to like make sure that this looks good, like I can compete with like the USCs of the world and stuff like that. Like that's what I'm trying to that's when I really like put all the time and effort in there. Like it just like if you don't have a system going, if you don't have a template, like, and I'm just starting from scratch, like it takes a long time to kind of get to that point because you have to like make sure you get transition effects, sound effects. You got to make sure that all your clips are in folders. Like, okay, I can go back to this folder because that's where the touchdown is at, or defensive play, or like Coach TC saying something, or like it could be anything. You know what I'm saying? Like I've done wedding videos where they were 30 minutes. It took me a month.
God.
A month and a half.
Yeah.
Like to make that story, to draw those emotions out. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how intense it can be. And sometimes I had to just walk away. Like just get away from the computer and then come back and be like, okay, now I got fresh eyes. Let me go ahead and knock this out. So and then you got to pick and choose. Like, do you get sucked into like the details of everything, or do you just like put a good product out and then look back at it and say, okay, I can make these minor changes and then go ahead and get it out? So that's what I have to kind of like pick and choose, my battles with that.
Wow. Yeah,
I'm kind of like,
Wow.
I don't really know what to say because that's like I never really thought about that much work going into like a 2-minute video that I watch on Twitter. You know what I mean? But like,
I be complaining about the few hours like when we was putting like clips out. You know, so I would complain about the few hours of doing that. No sir, not again.
yeah, nah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
let me ask you this: what has the impact? Because I kind of want to bring. And the biggest reason why I really wanted to have you on, or why we wanted to have you on. I'm gonna phrase like that. We know the impact of social media. We know how some schools can benefit from hearing something like this. So let me ask this: what are some of the benefits that you have seen that the content you've put out have helped Jackson State?
I think it's kind of gives I think it's a couple things. I think it puts everybody on notice because if you actually find that right person that can drive your program, that's the blueprint right there. We talk about a blueprint that that everybody talks about, a blueprint that we got, that was in our lap and stuff like that. But not all blueprints work for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, the previous coach is a lightning rod when it comes down for content and being able to grab people. So how do you counteract that? You just deal with quality. And so this is, I think the impact that it kind of like put on Jackson State is like investing to your creators. Like we have a ton of creators in Jackson. Invest into your people that are at home, whether you're in Tallahassee, whether you're in Baton Rouge, whether you're in Itabena, Mississippi. Invest into your creators that are there, and so that way you can get a good product. And I hope with me, like this year, me being there, I hope it put the SWAC on notice, because also that like you start to see us like tagging like SWAC and collaborating with them, because that's the same thing that like Mississippi State does with SEC, or Alabama does that with SEC. And so that kind of like brings everybody back as a whole. And I think if the SWAC kind of like, really puts money into like the media department and get these kids to kind of like do internships and get better and actually provide them with equipment, I think is going to make the product even better. Because I don't know if y'all saw that graphic where it says like I don't know if it was like we're leading in engagement or we're like second in engagement just as a conference and stuff like that. That's not like we're born with that. We're born with creating content. Like we are the lightning rods. Y'all, I don't want to go into a deep dive, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Like we create these platforms that blow up. TikTok blew up because of us. You know what I'm saying? Why we can't do the same thing for our school? So, and I think that's what we got to make sure that we kind of keep putting everybody on notice for. And I think the third thing, I think the impact for me, I think has been amazing, because it also allows me to meet these other people that I didn't know, and how much of a diehard fan they are for Jackson State. Not even for Jackson State, but just for HBCU culture. You know what I'm saying? Like I got the chance to meet some of the FAMU creators and how they move and like picking their brain and stuff like that. I've also gotten a chance to meet some people from Southern and from Valley. So like it's been pretty good experience for me, and I'm kind of just taking it all in and being a sponge to everybody else.
Yeah. So we got a comment from another Jay that said the standard definitely has been set. And you talked about putting the SWAC on notice and other HBCUs, I'll say as a whole, on notice. Do you kind of feel like right now that Jackson State, as far as the media content, is kind of the standard and everybody else kind of has something to kind of shoot for now?
I think there's still room for improvement. Obviously, and I can't be really just tooting FAMU's horn like that for too much. But I think what FAMU started, like the consistency of what they do, even with graphics, I think that's important. Like so FAMU does a really, really good job of like getting graphics out of what's going on in every sport, and it's consistent. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So I would say that like they're the standard of consistency, and they do have the quality. And I think that we have like the quality and the impact because we have such a big platform. I think everybody can kind of like focus in on that and kind of just say, okay, this is what they're doing. This is what they're putting out. Oh, they started a YouTube channel just for football, not just for like the school athletics. You see what I'm saying? So like I started that football channel. It's been doing really good. And we're going to get some more stuff out. But just to get it started, already catapult us to like make sure that we can monetize our stuff. So that way they can do that on their platform. I think every SWAT school or every sport should do that and just focus in on what content they want to put out. Like I've been trying to get Tamika Reed to go ahead and start hers. And so get that going. Even with Mo Williams, just get a YouTube page going. Everybody's going to support. Everybody's going to get that platform, and we can just reshare it on ours. You know what I'm saying? Like just so that way it can drive people there. And that's what we're just going to have to do. Like we're just going to have to like just work together as a team.
Yeah. Edwin Moore said, what's that football channel?
The football channel will be Go JSU Tigers FB on YouTube.
For sure.
Yeah. So right now we have a little bit over 4,000 subscribers on there. So yeah, so people are going to support. People are going to support, and it's going to get better because obviously, we probably got like four more weeks left of football, 4 or 5 more weeks of football. So like, when the off season come in, you got signees. We're going to be trying to introduce them, and there's going to be a lot of stuff going on. So it really don't stop.
Yeah. So let me ask it because I told he ain't fumbled the ball.
Yep.
I talked to you and I told you we'll try to do like 20-30 minutes. But the conversation got rolling. So if you need to go, let us know. But I do want to talk about this weekend. Jackson State has Valley. They traveling and go to Itabena. So is Valley gonna make y'all not put out content this week?
Chill.
Hey, listen. I think Valley's gonna make content, man. And again, I think it's one of those games where like you still gotta stay awake because the record really don't reflect
how close them
the
games
team.
Yeah,
those are trap games. Like you can't really you can't get lazy. And I think it's gonna be a good game. But I really do think that like everybody's gonna put out content. I actually think like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm happy that Valley is able to like put out content because like I think before this season I didn't see much content from Valley.
Yeah. You want to hear something bad? During the spring, I was going through putting together a list of like all the spring games, and I went to Valley's page and I saw the spring date and I wrote it down. I was like, man, that's crazy. And somebody was like, man, that's Easter. I said, yeah, it is. I was like, that's crazy. And then I went back and checked. That wasn't this year's. The last thing they had tweeted was from last year's spring game. They tweeted nothing during the season. So and that was like the last thing that they had tweeted. So again, like you said, them putting out I would love, so I've never been to Itabena. That's a trip I do want to make. I've never been to Itabena. I want to make it for, of course for the football, but it's a lot of history that, and content that's like, it's a hidden gem. So
yeah. And that's what TC was talking about the other day during that press conference, just how tough it is going to Itabena, regardless of what you think. It's always been tough to kind of play there because they're gonna play hard. Like again, that record doesn't tell you like the whole story. You know what I'm saying? So but I think talking to like the creative director over there and then like starting to put stuff out, like that's what you got to do. And you see the change, and that's good though, because again we're trying to push the envelope, and that's all I can ask for. So
iron sharpen iron.
Yeah. Do you collaborate with others like schools y'all get ready? Do y'all kind of collaborate and may put some out together or?
I thought about that. I really did think about that, but we collaborate more with the challenge games or the classic games.
I get what you're saying.
We collaborate with them like that, but I never thought about doing that because you don't see it. Now that might be something we could just change because like who doesn't want to, it will have to be a collaborative effort editing it too. Like it can't just be Jackson State football. We put it on.
Oh, right.
It's got to be like, you know what I'm saying? So that might be something that we can kind of, just start a trend with that. I think that'd be dope.
Yeah. That because the one you did for the Gulf Coast Challenge with the shot of Mobile, it was beautiful, man. I was proud.
Man.
I was proud.
Yeah.
So
that was one of those things. Like I was trying to just make sure that like we get a good view. It was a good day out there, so I was just like, let me throw this drone up real quick and get a good shot.
Yeah. Our man Blue said, or if a school can't send a media team, would you guys share pictures with them? I've seen some other schools do that.
Yep, because some of my photographers they'll take photos like just the game, and so like they'll still have like pictures of like the opposite team and stuff like that. So I don't think that's a big deal because again we're all trying to like make sure that we share content and get the proper recognition for these players. So because again it's all about the players. It really ain't about me. It's about the players and make sure that they get these memories because a lot of them don't have them from when they was playing.
All right. Well, and you got anything else for Austin, man? Because I know we kept him over time.
Man. I'm gonna let them.
He might not ever come back. Man, he wore that shirt. He wore that shirt.
I'm gonna have to go ahead and get you some Jackson State stuff. I know.
Yeah, I'm gonna get. So I actually have like shirts from most of the schools. Funny story about my
schools I don't got nothing from is Jackson State though.
Yeah, I gotta get some Jackson State. My dad went to Clark, Atlanta, visited Clark, Atlanta, and I said, hey, grab me and I hope he watching. He said, grab me I told him, grab me a Clark Atlanta shirt. He said, all right. And he said, all I'm seeing is alumni shirts. He said, oh, I found one. I said, okay, cool. I got in the mail, opened them up, said alumni. I said, I can't wear this. He's like, I'm like, man, them folks are haze me. He was like, oh, my bad. He said, he's my bad. I'm what this what he told me. He said, my bad. My eyes be acting up. I talked to him the other day and I was telling him about, I went to the eye doctor and stuff. He said, yeah, we start wearing glasses. You just tell people your eyes acting up and it won't matter. And I thought about it. I said, dang, that's what he told me. So
look, I know Under Armour is not the
all right,
best
I get
brand
it.
that y'all like to rock. So, but we will get you some Under Armour
Jackson
State gear. We'll have to work on that.
Hey, if you give it to me, I rock it. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I ain't tripping.
All right.
I ain't tripping. I will wear a Jackson State shirt and everything. Yeah, it's a couple of Jackson State shirts I like. I just hadn't had a chance to get them, but I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Bunch of dope. I said we got a bunch of dope creators like actually like official gear, man. And it's like I saw that this past weekend, man. Like I was like, I ain't never seen this. So yeah. I'll definitely link you up and try to get you something, man, for sure.
Yeah. I do want to shout. It's a young lady that I want to shout out. Since you mentioned that, I want to shout out. I can't think of the young lady's name. She was on Shark Tank that does like a bunch of HBCU. She has license for every HBCU that has a license. She has a license for all that stuff. I want to shout. I can't even think of her name. God, but y'all look it up, HBCU and Shark Tank, and you'll see it. I want to shout out Al from some Al's collection. He has great stuff, and then the Yard Apparel, great stuff. So
yeah,
definitely want to shout them out.
Her name is Ashley Jones. Tones.
There you go. There you go. So appreciate that, Aunt. But Austin, man, definitely glad to have you on, man. It was thanks for being a good sport. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I appreciate
I'm gonna hit you up with some petty later. So we'll
I know. Like look, we gotta take care of business this weekend and come just go ahead and cross our fingers. Maybe something happened. You never know.
Yeah. Nah, it's gonna be so I look forward to. I that's how I've started approaching all games. That's it. Damien said the same thing. Tones of melanin. So appreciate it. I've started looking at all games. Just not even. It's funny because I can sit down and watch FBS football, and it's like I have to pick a side to choose from. I watch like HBCU, and I just sit back and I can enjoy the sport and appreciate what's going on. So and I truly appreciate that. But again, man, it was fun having you on. Glad to talk to you again.
Yeah, man.
So keep up the work, man.
I appreciate it, man. We'll see each other. Hopefully, we'll catch each other at the Legacy Bowl. Are y'all gonna be down there for that?
Yeah, I might try to slide.
I might try. Yeah, I think I'm trying to do the Legacy Bowl. So yeah.
Yeah, just let me know, man. We'll definitely link up.
For sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our good man Austin. Appreciate you for coming through again. Hey man, I learned a lot. I do. He made me feel bad.
That dude be putting in some work, bro. For real.
He did make me feel bad for my couple hours of TikTok. Yeah, complain about I'm doing all these videos. I don't even know what to clip. But nah. But man, we brought it up, man. Let's talk, to some of these games real quick. And Austin said the perfect word. We're gonna go there. Jackson State versus Mississippi Valley State. Trap game. Trap game. What you thinking?
Valley homecoming.
Ooh. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Jackson win though.
I'm gonna be honest with you. This feel like an upset. It won't be one, but it feel like one. It's setting up.
I think it might be close, but I still.
Oh yeah. And when I say close, I'm thinking. I got 28-17 in my head. Jackson State.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's why I say.
It would say no way it's a trap game and JSU lost homecoming. That's a good point.
Yeah. I mean, they're gonna look down. The reason why I say it, that Tajarian Williams.
Yeah, he nice.
That freshman.
He nice. I give him that. They found their quarterback of the future. That's for sure.
Yeah, that boy doing things. Next up, we got Alcorn versus Arkansas Pine Bluff.
Homecoming.
In Pine Bluff.
Homecoming. We're gonna see some homecoming sport again this week, I think.
Yeah, give me Alcorn though.
Yeah.
I'm saying that and watch UAPB come out and win.
The way Aaron Allen been playing, bro.
24.
I don't know if UAPB can score enough points the way Aaron Allen been playing.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. In this game, just update. Central is now up 13-3. Morgan State has thrown a pick that led to a touchdown, and they fumbled that led to a field goal. So Morgan State has been their own demise. Offense has been their own demise. So next up, man, you got Southern taking on Bethune-Cookman. This one's gonna be in Jacksonville at the TIAA Stadium.
Yeah, I think this one's gonna be another close game. All of Bethune's last 3 games all have been one possession games. They've lost them all, but they all been close. So I think
I don't know. The reason why I say
I think they play hard again and keep it close.
I agree that, and I know what you're saying. Southern's offense, I think they found a rhythm, and I think that Sweet Newt 6 said Jags by 10. I think this is I think this is a Southern by 14. No offense to Bethune-Cookman, it's just Southern just hitting a stride right now. So, So next up, FAMU taking on Texas Southern. FAMU has found a way to win. They're coming off a bye week now. taking on Texas Southern. I think Texas Southern is just a little bit outmatched in this one.
FAMU comfortably.
Yeah, we can stick there. This next game made me think of you remember that? I'm gonna tell you, it's a commercial with the little kid, and he was like, "Who are you?" You know what I'm talking about? The little white kid. He be like, "Who are you?" This game reminds me of Norfolk State versus Howard. Who are they? With both teams.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because Norfolk State has looked good and they've looked down. Howard has looked impressive against FBS opponents.
Not so much against FCS opponents.
And FCS opponents, they've looked like the bottom of the barrel. But this is conference play. So I don't know. We'll see. I think Howard comes out with it, but it's gonna be close.
Yeah, I think if I were Howard, I'd try to lean on Eden James in the running game.
Facts.
But I think they win in a close one, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if Norfolk take it.
I'm and this is gonna sound bad. I'm not trying to crap on the kid. They gotta keep the ball out of Quinn Williams' hands. If you can give, like you said, lean on Eden James or that running back room to get you points, yeah. So
I ain't even at you, Edwin.
Yeah. He said he going with Norfolk after Howard play after Howard's play against Harvard. So yeah. Next up, South Carolina State versus Delaware State. South Carolina State by a lot.
Yeah, South Carolina State for sure.
I
know we said the same thing last week when they played Tennessee Tech though. But
it's different. Delaware State has been, yeah.
But
who was that they played? Central Connecticut. And we talked about it, and you was like, I said, I'm taking Central Connecticut. You was like, why? I was like, I don't know a lot about Central Connecticut, but I know a lot about Delaware State, and Delaware State is
they're gonna see Owen this year for sure.
Yeah, they definitely looking at. No, they got one. They won for. They beat.
That's right. They were Lincoln,
Virginia Lynchburg.
Yeah.
There you go. Next up, man, you got Richmond taking on North Carolina A&T.
Richmond
and dropped 2 to
Richmond.
HBCUs.
They throw 100 yards.
I hate that you're right. I was trying to be.
They don't have the defense Morgan got. They got a good defense, but it ain't Morgan's defense.
Yeah. Next up, man, we got Delaware taking on Hampton. This is Delaware. I hate to say it. Delaware is cream of the crop in that in the CAA. So
I just hope Hampton can keep it close.
Yeah, I would love to see an upset here.
Yeah,
because I think Hampton has
it's gonna take for the I can't remember his name. Quarterback
Zealous.
Yeah, it's gonna take a big game from him, almost like the Grambling game from him. But I think Delaware gonna end up ultimately winning it.
Yeah. Next up, man, we got Lincoln, California versus Tennessee State. Tennessee State by a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. This is a beat up game. Lincoln, California is trying to build a program, and they hadn't done much. So
yeah, I think Tennessee State gonna come out and be playing some backups pretty early in this game.
Okay. All right. Now we can move over to D2. And let's talk Allen versus Miles. First up. I got Miles in a close one.
So I seen our boy Doc ask this on a poll. Yeah. I couldn't answer it because I don't know, bro.
I wanted I believe
Allen. I like the offensive Allen.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I believe in Allen. I truly believe in Allen. Miles is the second best team in SIAC right this year.
You might be right. I just something about that offense, man.
So, I mean, I
It's gonna
like
be
it.
a close one either way though. But even the chat split.
Yeah. Next up, we got Kentucky State Tuskegee versus Savannah State. My bad. Tuskegee versus Savannah State.
Tuskegee.
Yeah, Tuskegee in the bounce back. They traveling to Savannah State too. They're in the bounce back. Get away from home. Lean in on your brother's bond, and you go out and you wipe the slate from last week. You know, you pretty much were embarrassed on homecoming. So definitely wipe the slate clean with this one. Next, Kentucky State versus Benedict. And I know people are like, why is this game on here?
Benedict.
This is not I'm changing this. This ain't even a who wins. This is a by how much does Benedict win this game? I'm saying 21 plus. Doc said by 50. By 50.
I was gonna say at least 3 scores, but
yeah.
17, something like 21, 17, something like that. Yeah.
I saw. Did you see the video this week of Chennisberry hyping the crowd? I mean, hyping the players up in the locker room. Hey, first of all,
if he do that again, then I'm with them. Benedict by 40.
Listen, first of all, I watched that video. I know Q talk when I hear Q talk. That man that was all of the omega of the Psi and the Phi when he, you know what I'm saying, in that one. So I was like, when he did, I was like, wait, you know, and it was purple and gold and everything. I was like, okay, yeah, he having a flashback. All they missed was Atomic Dog. They were won by 100. But yeah, he's definitely a great motivator. He ought to be. I guarantee he's number one on everybody. Everybody who's gonna be in D1, who's gonna be looking for a head coach, he's number one on their list. I guarantee it.
Oh, for sure.
Guarantee it. Next up, man, Morehouse versus Fort Valley State. Morehouse has looked really good, like competitive. They've been losing, but they look competitive. They remind me of Bethune of late.
Yeah, losing, but still fighting close.
Yeah, fighting close. Yeah. With that said, I got Fort Valley, but I think it's close. I think this is a one possession game.
Yeah, give me Fort Valley. By 10.
All right. I had add some stuff here. All right, next up, we moving over to the CIAA. First up, we got Bowie State versus Bluefield State.
I'm going Coach Coxon.
Yeah. I said Bowie. I'm sorry, Bowie State. Bowie State has looked. They've looked bad these last 2 weeks. They've got beat.
Bluefield State. They won their first game.
But you know the difference though, in that you're absolutely. They run their first game and they've been losing, but they've been close. And this is a young team. This is the young program.
That's true. But
so I think they might get it rolling. They might get, and it's at home. They might have just enough to pull this one out. So I'm going with Bluefield, Coach Coxon. I think they're in good hands. So, this one is a interesting one for just, you know what I'm saying, like I guess you say personally interesting.
Yes.
Lincoln, PA takes on Virginia Union. Coach G playing against his alma mater, or coaching against his alma mater, rather. Virginia Union got Jada Byers.
Yeah. They do. They do.
It was I called them folks bow tie state. Oh, my bad. But yeah, I got Virginia Union.
Yeah, I do too.
I think Virginia. I think this is another close one though.
Yeah, because Lincoln, they ain't a bad team. I just don't know if they got a way to stop Jada Biles.
I know how you stop Jada Biles. No team has attempted it this year, but I can tell you how to do it.
Get them sick.
Lock them in the locker room. Don't let them come out. Jada Biles been back. What 2 weeks? I know he's been back at least 2 weeks because he got player of the week both weeks at running back. So, yeah. Next up, man. And this is another one like the Benedict, Elizabeth City State versus Virginia State. Not who wins. This is give me a how much. Virginia State by how much?
20.
Just to be different, I'm gonna say 28. I think they get on 4 touchdowns. So that'll be it for that. Next up, we got players of the week that weren't out on Monday. So let me go ahead and get those brought up for you. First off, the MEAC. The MEACs released the players of the week from Norfolk State. Otto Coombs is the offensive player of the week. For defensive player of the week, also from Norfolk State, AJ Richardson. For rookie of the week from South Carolina State, Jawarn Howell, excuse me. For offensive lineman of the week, Norfolk State again with Garrison Wheatley. And the specialist of the week was again Norfolk State with Noah Tracy. I might need to go back and redo my prediction for this Norfolk State game.
Why you say that? Because they had all them people on there.
All them player of the weeks. All right, man. The SIAC.
It's because everybody else was on bye last week.
It don't matter. Next up for the SIAC for offense from Benedict, Aeneas Dennis, who's been doing it. First of all, to the way he was discounted at the beginning of the season. Everybody was just saying that how do you replace Eric Phoenix? That Benedict finna fall off, and you come in, and I know this is at least number 2 player of the week for him, offensive player of the week. Yeah, but sweet dude. So it's only like 3 teams in that conference. That's funny. Yep, he is. Edwin said, "Take it from them folks, shine."
I mean, 3 teams played last week, bro. I'm just one of them was Howard, and we know what happened to them.
Mm-hmm.
The other 2 was South Carolina State and Norfolk, and that was the entire team of the week right there.
All right, on defense, from Edward Waters, Jaron Wilson. Special teams from Central State was Jose Sherris, Akiris. I don't know. Somebody have to give me lessons. Newcomer of the week was Nathan Rambert, also from Edward Waters University. So that was that. Congratulations to all these young men. Yeah. So here we go. Man, again, I want to thank Austin for coming through. Just dropping gems and telling everybody
behind the scenes of what
behind the scenes stuff. So yeah. Before we get up out of here, man, you got anything else?
Nah.
Score update. Oh my lord.
It's
16-3, a minute 28 left.
That's
and
right.
Morgan State just got sacked. So yeah. I will say Morgan State defense got North Carolina Central out here looking like
I'd say this though. Central in the second half look like a totally different team though.
They do. Because in the first half, you know who their offense looked like? I ain't even talking about last week either.
Who they look like in the second half?
In the second half, they look like themselves.
Okay.
They look good. I don't know. I gotta check how many passing yards they had. They might have a
no mind. Let me see.
Looking like
hold on.
All right, man. Let's go ahead and get up out here, man. We'll be back on Monday.
He's 16 to 30 for 122 and a tutty against Morgan State defense.
All right. Let's go ahead and get up out here. We'll be back on Monday, man. Appreciate everybody for coming through, checking us out. Appreciate Austin again. Looking forward to doing more stuff, man. Looking more forward to some of these. So, like that, we out. This show was presented by betonline.ag.
Bring me my money.